and we belong together. Yes, we belong together for eternity. You're mine, your lips belong to me. Yes, they belong to only me for eternity. You're mine, my baby, and you'll always be. I swear by everything I own, you'll always be mine. You're mine, and we belong together. Yes, we belong together for eternity.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me.
Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. You were always on my mind. Maybe I didn't hold you all those lonely, lonely times. And I guess I never told you I'm so happy that you're mine. If I made you feel second best, girl, I'm so sorry I was blind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Tell me that your sweet love hasn't died. Give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. You were always on my mind. Always on my mind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have. Maybe I didn't hold you all those lonely, lonely times. And I guess I never told you I'm so happy that you're mine.
Well, I hope you've been enjoying that music as much as I have. I think Mr. E would love to be singing along with that music as well. You know, I think he's got to be smiling upon us because there's nothing better than he would like better than to have family and friends come together for a time of celebration. But let me offer this invitation to you. Can I invite you to take out that little device we call a cell phone? Might be in your pocket, could be in your purse. If you could be sure that it's silenced or powered down, that way we won't have any unexpected interruptions as we celebrate his wonderful life together. Well, good afternoon. You know, I often find that an awkward greeting for such a time as this. But in reality, it is a good afternoon. In that, we've come to celebrate a life that was lived with dedication, devotion, sacrificial love. It's that love that brought each of you here to be with one another, to remember the wonderful gifts of love and relationship that Mr. E provided each of you, and to acknowledge the hole in our hearts with his passing. So this afternoon, love stretches out and calls to us. Love has brought us here to be with one another, to remember, and yes, to mourn. Ingu was a loving husband, father, brother, as well as good friend, who's passed from this life into eternity, and we come because we love him. You know, love can be kind of a strange thing. We don't often think about the way it can bring pain into our life. But wouldn't we all agree that love is a good thing? Something that we as human beings are in desperate need of? Yet when death comes and visits us in the life of another, oh, it hurts to our very core. And the reason that we hurt so much is because of the love that we had with that person. So we've gathered here today to celebrate the life and, yes, mourn the loss of Mr. E from our lives. We've gathered to remember his life of love and devotion, as well as strength and support that he shared with each of you. I'm celebrant Bob Snyder, and truly it's a deep honor for me to be a small part of celebrating his wonderful life with you. Well, there's no question we come today with full hearts and maybe even numb minds. Honestly, there's no words to express the pain, maybe even the anger, as well as the unbelievable sadness we might feel. You know, the only way to survive such an onslaught of the incomprehensible is to know that even a bigger halo of love, support, joy, and memories is circling this wall of grief and will sustain us and buffer us and keep us from being engulfed. So with that in mind, your presence here this afternoon demonstrates the love and relationship you each enjoyed with Mr. E. As I've had the gift of coming to know his story through his beloved wife, Ki-young, and his 3 sons, the one thread that continued to weave throughout his life was his heart of love and devotion for both his family as well as all who had the gift of Mr. E as a friend. E In-gung's heart of love came upon this earth on December 12, 1947 in South Korea to his proud parents, Lee Sha-man and Kim Jong-e. Mr. E was blessed to be a part and enjoy a large family with 4 brothers and 3 sisters, in which he was the 3rd in the birth order. Mr. E enjoyed the usual activities that boys his age like to engage in, playing in traditional Korean games. During his middle school years, he was able to attend a popular school in Seoul and took great interest in rugby as well as baseball. Playing catcher was his favorite position. And upon completing high school, he was able to continue his education at a trade school where he learned the craft of being an auto technician. Mr. E courageously served his country as he enlisted in the South Korean Marines. He fought bravely as he was serving in the front lines of Vietnam. My apologies. He experienced the horrors of wars that no one should ever have to endure. As fate would have it, through his parents' connections, Mr. E was introduced to a beautiful young woman named Kang Ki-young. And as they say, the rest is history. Their friendship grew into love, and they joined their hearts and lives together as one, February 13th, 1974. From their love story came 3 of the greatest treasures in their lives, that being their sons, Lee Jong-suk, Lee Jong-won, and Lee Jong-young. Mr. Lee was never afraid of hard work as he provided for his family, working in a variety of fields until he and his wife were able to own their own tire business and wheel business in Los Angeles. The business has been running since 1985 to this date. Today, 2 of his sons proudly run the business. For Mr. E, it wasn't all work and no play. He continued to enjoy being athletic as he would try to enjoy a soccer game with his friends at Griffith Park twice a week before work. Later on, he got into badminton, which he would play 6 times a week. And if he wasn't participating in a sport, he would look forward to cheering on his favorite teams, the Dodgers and Lakers, along with UFC on television. He and his beloved wife would look forward to going out and having the fun at line dancing throughout his later years. Mr. E loved his wife's cooking. He loved her Korean stews that were a crucial part of any meal. Mr. E also looked forward to seeing new sights and experiencing new destinations, as he loved to travel to places like Alaska, Europe, and Hawaii. Excuse me. There's no question that Mr. E had a special place in his heart for his 4-legged furry friends, as he loved his dogs Buddy, Kelly, Rocky, Blue, along with Polar, who he nicknamed Strawberry Nose due to the red hue on his nose. Tragically, in 2011, Mr. E's kidneys began to fail, and he had to go on dialysis. It was so hard to see this tough, hard-working man in the fight of his life. Yet the benefit of the medical situation is that he became closer to his family, especially his wife. In the midst of the difficult season, he never lost his sense of humor or his playful jokester demeanor. So it's because of Mr. E's hard-working, tough, selfless heart of love that it's so difficult to say so long for a while, as his loving heart passed from this life into eternity on August 31st, 2023, at the age of 75. He is deeply loved, will be missed by his beloved wife, Ki-young, his sons, Jong-suk and his wife, Brittany, Jong-won and his wife, Linda, Lee Jong-won-young, and his brother, Jimmy Lee, and his wife, Michelle, along with other family and friends.
고인 이인규님은 많은 사랑을 받았고 많은 이들로 인해 그리워할 것입니다. 고인의 사랑하는 아내 이경희 여사, 세 아들 장남 이종석, 그리고 아내 브리니, 차남 이종원, 그리고 아내 린다, 삼남 이종영, 고인의 형 지미 리, 그리고 그 아내 미셸, 그리고 한국의 형제들은 누님 이영희, 그리고 남편 사일진, 동생 이태규, 그리고 아내 김상숙, 동생 이진희, 그리고 남편 정정남, 동생 이홍규, 동생 이양희, 그리고 남편 장득걸, 이상 4남 3녀입니다.
Thank you. Now we're going to have the gift of his sons coming up and sharing a tribute to their father. Would the sons like to come at this time?
Thank you all for being here. The hardest day for our family has arrived. Oh, this is a sad and difficult moment. Our admiration for our father guides us through this storm of loss. He gave us plenty of good memories, and his strength continues to shield and protect us. While Dad wasn't the most affectionate of people during our childhood, he would work as hard as providing for his family. With the help of our Uncle Jimmy Lee, our parents made the tough but wise choice to move to America. Our father worked endlessly, working laborious jobs, trying to keep us afloat, until an opportunity arose in the form of a tire shop business he and our mom seized. With their hard work and determination, they succeeded in building a business that's been active for over 35 years. He would work Monday through Saturday and not care about the hours he put in. He would work on his days off buying inventory for the business and even opened on the holidays. To him, being productive was more important than his own hobbies and interests. He had a work ethic many of us couldn't match. Growing up, he instilled a lot of valuable morals of accountability, responsibility, working hard, and being able to make mistakes, but to wake up the next day a better person. Morals that seem to be increasingly absent in today's world. He taught us that being productive and selfless are traits we should always practice. It was terrific watching the Kobe and Shaq Lakers three-peat in the early 2000s with him. Every time the Dodgers were making a late season push, he would be glued to the television. He would stay active his entire life and had us follow suit. He'd make my brothers and I run 5 laps around the block every Sunday morning as kids. Round the block, he would say. We would hate it. As adults, we know now he made us do that because the rest of the Sunday would be spent eating pizza, watching Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, and Terminator 2. We'll miss the trips to the swamp meet together, where we would all look for that wild bargain or special find. Our childhood trips to hot springs for their pool and jacuzzi were wonderful memories. When we eat jjajangmyeon or Tommy Burger together, it was always an enjoyable and bonding occasion. Listening to oldies music with him was special too. When he'd hear music from Elvis, he'd lose control and start dancing with some wicked moves. It became infectious as my mom, and sometimes even one of us would join in. When he could no longer work later in his life, he became the most affectionate man he could possibly be. He was the sweetest man to me and my brothers in retirement. He always had gifts or candy to share, an abundance of lighthearted jokes, and the best smile to lift anyone. Seeing him play with his 5 dogs was one of the best sights to behold. It was during this period he gave us the best version of fatherhood. During his final days of sickness, he fought and stayed with us longer than he should have, so we could properly say goodbye to each other. We knew he was struggling, but his will to hold on a bit longer is something we will forever cherish and appreciate. Our mother deserves so much praise for seeing him every day during their marriage, through the good and difficult times. Next year would have been their 50th wedding anniversary. We admire our mom so much for the love and care she provided him, even in sickness, and being there when he breathed his last breath. She is truly a courageous woman and loving wife, and we're sure he appreciated all she had done for him. A lot of people still ask about him at work. It'll be very hard to tell people he passed, but the fact that many people still ask about him simply means he is remembered. We'll all miss him, but we could celebrate him, and that's what he would have wanted. Abaji, thank you for always being there and for everything you gave us. We will continue to miss you and honor you. You will forever be with us in spirit, and your love for us will last forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful tribute to your father. And being a father myself, I want to express to you just how proud he is of you boys. So there might be somebody here that would like to share a thought, a story, a memory, and celebration of your relationship with Mr. E. You could come up and use the microphone so that we can hear you better, or if you just feel better to stand. Would you like to come? Yes, please.
In case of happening, I made a little note for, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate each one of you coming to our family funeral ceremony. I am one of his immediate older brothers. I'm very thankful to every member of the family who are devoted to my beloved brother, and vice versa. I've had one unforgettable memory of an incident with him about 50 years ago. I joined the Vietnam Wars without my family's knowing about it, because they wouldn't let me in if I told them. About 6 months later, in the Vietnam War, I received a letter from my family that my brother joined the Marine and happened to join the Vietnam Wars, whether it was voluntary or not. At the time, I was very shocked to find out that his infantry duty was a very dangerous position, dealing with the Vietcongs and the booby trap and snipers. I thought that he might have gotten killed in vulnerable situation, and I couldn't even sleep emotionally in pain. I requested a letter to the top rank of a commander to spare exchange or switch with his position. I was really care about him, but I was declined it. It was a big issue in media and article about comrade brother's soul that touched every people's heart. I feel like it was only yesterday. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for sharing. Might there be anyone else, a thought, a story, a memory, and celebration of your relationship with Mr. E? Well, I know each and every one of you have a scrapbook of treasured memories you enjoyed with Mr. E. And at times like this, it's difficult to put into words what our hearts are feeling. So let me encourage you in the days and weeks ahead, as well as a reception that's going to be held at Sabuya Restaurant in Los Angeles, to continue to share the gift of Mr. E with family and friends. For you see, as we continue to remember and celebrate all the gifts of love that he provided you by your relationship with him, Mr. E will continue to be present with us, and will thereby remember to pass on all the same gifts of love to those who are in relationship in our lives day by day.
오늘 참석해 주신 모든 조문객분들에게 개개인마다 고인 이인규님과 함께 즐겼던 소중한 추억이 있을 거라 믿습니다. 지금 당장 시간의 제한으로 인해서 일일이 유족들에게 그런 이야기를 나누는 것이 어려울 것이라 알기에 앞으로 몇 주 동안에도 계속해서 격려와 위로의 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다. 그리고 오늘 장례식 이후에 한인타운에 있는 샤브야 음식점에서 유족분들과 계속해서 함께 해주시면 감사하겠습니다. 음식점 위치는 1925 올림픽 블리버드입니다. 꼭 와주셔서 위로의 시간 가지시길 부탁드리겠습니다. 우리는 고인과의 관계를 통해 그가 주신 모든 사랑의 선물을 기억하고 기념할 것입니다. 그리고 그는 이런 추억을 통해 계속해서 우리와 함께 하실 것입니다. 이 장례식을 통해서 우리는 그가 주었던 동일한 사랑의 선물을 매일매일 각자의 삶 속에서 맺는 다른 사람들과 함께 그 관계 안에서 똑같이 전달할 수 있을 거라 생각합니다.
So in just a moment, we're going to have the gift of watching a photo tribute. If you're not able to see the screen, feel free to squish in and move a little bit closer or find a place that you can be able to watch the photos. So let's just pause maybe and just whisper a prayer of gratitude for the gift of Mr. E in our lives. I know each of you have this scrapbook of memories and treasured experiences that you enjoyed with him. So let's reflect upon all the wonderful moments you enjoyed with him as we watch a photo tribute created in his honor by his family, which will bring the treasured moments into your life.
그대 보내고 멀리 가을 새와 작별하듯 그대 떠나 보내고 돌아와 술잔 앞에 앉으면 눈물 나 누나 그대 보내고 아주 지는 별빛 바라볼 때 눈에 흘러 내리는 못다한 말들 그 아픈 사랑 지울 수 있을까 어느 하루 뒤라도 추억처럼 흩날리는 거리에서 쓸쓸한 사람 되어 고개 숙이면 그대 목소리 너무 아픈 사랑은 사랑이 아니었음을 너무 아픈 사랑은 사랑이 아니었음을 어느 하루 바람이 젖은 어깨 스치며 지나가고 내 지친 시간들이 창에 어리면 그때 미워져 너무 아픈 사랑은 이제 우리 다시는 사랑으로 세상에 오지 말기. 그립던 말들도 묻어버리기. 못다한 사랑, 너무 아픈 사랑은 사랑이 아니었음을. 너무 아픈 사랑은 사랑이 아니었음을. 두 바퀴로 가는 자동차, 네 바퀴로 가는 자전거, 물속으로 나는 비행기, 하늘로 나는 돛담배. 복잡하고 아리송한 세상 위로 오늘도 에드벨론 떠있건만 호수에게 잡혀온 잉어만이 한숨을 내쉰다. 남자처럼 머리 깎은 여자, 여자처럼 머리 긴 남자, 가방 없이 학교 가는 아이, 비오는 날 신문 파는 애. 복잡하고 아리송한 세상 위로 오늘도 에드벨론 떠있건만 태공에게 잡혀온 참새만이 긴 숨을 내쉰다. 한여름에 털장갑 장수, 한겨울에 수영복 장수, 번개 소리에 기절하던 남자, 천둥 소리에 하품하는 여자. 복잡하고 아리송한 세상 위로 오늘도 에드벨론 떠있건만 독사에게 잡혀온 땅꽃만이 긴 혀를 내두른다. 독사에게 잡혀온 땅꽃만이 긴 혀를 내두른다.
아직 그대를 이해하지 못하기에 그대 마음에 이르는 그 길을 찾고 있어. 그대의 슬픈 마음을 환히 비춰줄 수 있는 변하지 않을 사랑이 되는 길을 찾고 있어. 어디서 찾을 수 있을까 그대 마음에 다다라는 길 찾을 수 있을까 언제나 멀리 있는 그대 기다려줘 기다려줘 내가 그대를 이해할 수 있을 때까지 기다려줘 기다려줘 내가 그대를 이해할 수 있을 때까지 난 아직 그대를 이해하지 못하기에 그대 마음에 이르는 그 길을 찾고 있어. 그대의 슬픈 마음을 환히 비춰줄 수 있는 변하지 않을 사랑이 되는 길을 찾고 있어. 어디서 찾을 수 있을까 그대 마음에 다다라는 길 찾을 수 있을까 언제나 멀리 있는 그대 기다려줘 기다려줘 내가 그대를 이해할 수 있을 때까지 기다려줘 기다려줘 내가 그대를 이해할 수 있을 때까지 기다려줘 기다려줘 내가 그대를 이해할 수 있을 때까지
What a beautiful tribute. I hope it was able to connect with some of your memories. Oftentimes when I watch a photo tribute, words come to my mind. The two words that came to my mind watching this wonderful tribute were love, how much he loved his family and his friends, as well as legacy. I'm sorry? Oh, there's one more?
and I was all alone. I woke up in tears with you by my side, a breath of relief, and I realize now we're not promised tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted, 'cause we'll never know when we'll run out of time. So I'm gonna love you in the blink of an eye, just a whisper of smoke. You could lose everything. The truth is you never know. So I'll kiss you longer, baby, any chance that I get. I'll make the most of the minutes and love with no regrets. Let's take our time to say what we want, use what we got before it's all gone. No, we're not promised tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted, 'cause we'll never know when we'll run out of time. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna love you like we're saying goodbye. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted, 'cause we'll never know when we'll run out of time. So I'm gonna love you.
어떻게 살아야 돼? 이제 말해. 어떻게 살아야 돼? 말해.
아니 그러니까 올바르게 살려면 그냥 해피돼서 살아야 되고, 남이 욕을 해도 한마디 더 해줘라 딱 이래봐. 얼마나 그 사람이 예수 같아. 어? 예수 나 진짜.
Love and Legacy. That's what I just was watching. Hope that brought memories back to you as well. Mr. E would always have candy in his pockets. He loved giving delicious candies from Korea to anyone who might delight him in conversation. Everyone pleased enjoyed a token of Mr. E's memory with a delightful candy he'd like to share to put on a smile on your face at the commencement of this service. So there'll be, appropriately enough, in a hubcap, there's some delicious candy out there. Please take it with you. And what I'd suggest is you enjoy it, but then keep the wrapper someplace where you can remember to share the love that you enjoyed with him and share that with somebody else. May we go in peace.
고인 이인규님의 주머니에는 늘 사탕이 들어있었습니다. 그는 간혹 대화를 나누는 사람에게 한국에서 만들어진 맛있는 사탕을 주곤 했습니다. 그래서 이 시간 그 추억의 증표로 고인이 살아생전 나눠주셨던 이 캔디를 받아주시고 드실 때 고인과 나눴던 대화를 기억하여 주시길 바라겠습니다.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our family, I would like to take a moment to thank all of you for being here with them during this very difficult time. I know they appreciate everyone's presence here today. This will conclude our service for Mr. Lee. In just a few moments, I would like to invite everyone forward to pay your respects. After you've had a few moments to pay your respects, if you can please exit the church. It'll be right through the family room over on the left side of the chancel. Once you've exited the church, if you can please return to your vehicle and prepare to follow the funeral coach and a driving procession up to the committal site, which will be in bright eternity. Once we reach the committal site, I would just like to remind you, you will be walking on uneven ground, so please watch your step as you make your way through the park. All of the gentlemen who will have the honor of bearing the casket, if we could please just have the pallbearers wait up here on the chancel, and we will give you further instructions momentarily. If you'll please remain seated for just a few moments longer, we'd like to begin ushering everyone forward, beginning with the rear rows first. On behalf of our family, again, thank you very much for joining us here today. If you folks like to come.
I said, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in the peaceful dreams I see, the road leads back to you. I said, Georgia, oh, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Whoa. Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. I said just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you.
Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time. Time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. God speak your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea.